And this piece by you.
I've got a dog. You're sitting
I gotta think. Did you teach with Jeff? Yeah, I was in the 90s. I came back in
96. Be right after him.
yeah, I was still in Arizona.
Me. Just things. Songs that I played, she started singing. And start that song. I
A duet.
Yeah, exactly.
She's also audience media.
There you go.
It's just his security.
Yeah,
It just relaxes. Yeah. He's not alone up there. gonna say, dang. Very love it. It looks beautiful. It fits in here.
It does.
It is. And the cross, everything.
Yeah, it was the right color. The right color.
You're exactly right. Are they getting married or two? We have your funeral there. That's no, just hurts. Happy to give up. It's going to be a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up in Shelby.
Oh, okay.
The new city's down from Shelby. Yeah, I did. My sister. Did you know those mentors? Did you know those mentors? Okay, the name's on Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen this much. I drove it from the house today. $1 million. If they can get into the fields. Oh, your son is a guitar player. That's our son. It's okay. Did you try out the ground together? You made something Are you farmers here? Big farm? Yeah, that's where my son is. They farm the fields in Madison. Sundays, Albert Lord Sunday. This is Hey, if I run forward, you've already made it. Remember last time I said coming. They're always friendly.
It's way too much. Request by the pianist.
It really does.
So we're probably going to be in a locker sometime.
What's this in there? Your airplane ticket here.
This, yes, because that's each line, so. I think we got. Here we go, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our day of music. First of all, I've been asked that everybody turn all their electronics off, please. Thank you. We've had a special beginning with Rudy, Gail, and Julie giving us a preempt of what we might be experienced today. And welcome to all of you for coming and sharing this day with us. It is amazing to think that we are all here because Rudy felt his church needed a new piano. This led to his finding a beautiful baby grand and on Craigslist and the owner, Pete Shea. After negotiating, they agreed on a price, and Pete volunteered to give a concert to help raise funds to help pay for the piano. As usually happens in small-town America, hearts and pocketbooks opened, and it was decided to dedicate this concert and its proceeds to the benefit of Lewis Johnson and his family. It is also amazing how one small idea leads to willing hands and hearts coming together to present an afternoon of beautiful music. Since this is being live streamed, we welcome all who are with us from other locations. It is with great pleasure that I introduce a very talented musician and great teacher, Pete Shea. He lived in Browning and East Glacier area for 42 years and taught in Browning for 3 years. Or 30 years, sorry. Diminished by 27 years. During that time, he was known to have choirs numbering in excess of 80 Browning students. His teaching accomplishments touched the lives of many, and Pete and I go down the road a long ways. We welcome Pete Shea and Abigail.
Oh, that's Abigail.
That's Abigail.
Okay, you want it left on now? He said just to turn it off and on.
I think I could be heard. I was a teacher for 42 years. I think I know how to use my voice. I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be here and to be part of this cause that you have today for Lewis Johnson. Abigail is part of the program, maybe. At home, when I play a certain song, she will sing. And that's her own idea. I don't know if she'll do it today because she's not in her environment, but if she does, I hope it'll be a treat for you. I didn't realize you were live streaming this. Now I'm getting really nervous. I came back to see my old friend, Marianne, talking about the piano. Pardon me. I try to be funny, and sometimes it just bombs. But, I had mixed feelings parting with this piano. I've had it for 10 years, and we've learned a lot of music together. But I found a newer one that has better response, and I'm getting used to it, and I like it too. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. When I made the deal with Rudy, I said I'd come down and play a concert. I was expecting something small and informal, like about a dozen people. Now you all really put the pressure on. But I hope you enjoy what I do. I can't guarantee that there won't be some mistakes. I'm not a professional. But when's the last time you went to a basketball game where you didn't see somebody miss a basket?
Yeah, that's right.
I hope that helps. Anyway, I'll quit talking. I don't want this program to grow too long. I'm starting with two pieces by Johann Sebastian Bach, and for those of you that don't know, he was born in 1685, died in 1750, and was one of the greatest master composers, in my opinion, that ever lived.
Can I add, Pete also memorized all these pieces during COVID. So when the rest of us gained our 19 pounds, COVID-19, he memorized these pieces. So amazing, Pete.
I'll pay you later. You sit over here. She's usually under my feet at home when I play, so that's why she's here. Thank you. This next song is composed by Claude Debussy, who was French, born in 1862. And the word arabesque comes from the visual art language. It has to do with the curvy lines and vines that are kind of like the lines on your program here. So in this particular piece, you'll hear melodies that are moving kind of like the lines on your program. Thank you. And for the next two pieces, I thought it would be interesting. I learned Claude Debussy's Au Clair de Lune, which is a favorite piece of mine. And I thought it would be interesting to compare two composers' ideas of what moonlight is like. So Beethoven's and Claude Debussy's impressions of moonlight.
Kate's music is amazing. But you've been getting the shortage on seeing Abigail under here. When Rudy and I put together the concert, why, he said we need some Irish jokes. And he kind of put the squelch on any of Ted's. So I had to go on the internet and find something that was suitable. Two Irish guys were working in the local council. One would dig a hole and the other one would come right behind him and fill it in. They worked up and down the street, then they went to the next street and worked flat out all day. One lad digging the holes, the other one filling them in. A passerby saw them and he said, "I don't get it. Why do you dig a hole and the other lad comes right behind you and fills it in?" The first lad wiped his brow, sighed. He said, "Well, I suppose it probably does look a bit odd. You see, we are normally a three-man crew, but the lad that plants the trees called in sick today." Now I would like to have Mike Stevenson, who's been working with the high school music program, and introduce our young men.
And in true fashion, I'm going to turn it over to their director, because I'm not their director. I've just been helping a little bit. So Ms. Fowler will come up and introduce the gentlemen and what they're going to sing.
All right, I'm almost tall enough. Shucks, man. So it is an honor to be here, to be asked to come. This is the great thing about living in this community, is that you look back over this crowd that's here to support Trooper Johnson. So thank you for letting us come. So we have three gentlemen in our choir at the school. One of them is off celebrating a birthday with his brother. So we have Martin Fulbright and David Ahinger, and they're going to be singing Waterman. And I should have asked them to dress up as pirates, but I forgot.
And if I may, really quick, I have one of my own Irish jokes. So, which country's capital has the fastest growing population? Ireland. Every day it's doubling.
There once was a ship that went to sea. The name of the ship was a DLT. The ladies flew up her bow and down. All the jolly boys row. Soon may the watermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. We got down 2 weeks from shore and down on her a light will board. The captain called all hands on his glory, take that bell in tow. Soon may the watermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whales said came up in power. All hands to the side, her boom and bob, and she died down below. Soon may the watermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. No blind was stuck, no bell was free, and the captain's mind was not agreed. But he belonged to the rebel and streets, he took that ship in tow. Soon may the waterman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day the time is come to take our leave and go. Da 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 For 40 days or even more, the line been stuck in tight once more. The lights were lost, there were only four, and still not where they go. Soon may the waterman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day the water is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's so long, the line's not cut and the well's not gone. The waterman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and love. Soon may the waterman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the waterman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go.
And our communities are always grateful when families join our ranks. The added bonus is when these families are talented and willing to share their talents. Please welcome the Roberts family.
Hello. Thank you. So most of you guys know me, Stephanie Smith. My maiden name was Roberts. I'm gonna tie in there. So I was lucky enough to get my mom and dad and my brother and his wife to move out here. So I'm gonna introduce you here. The new voice of the Liberty Medical Center is Dave Roberts. And then my mom, Diane Roberts. And then I've got my sister-in-law, Sheila Roberts. And big brother, Matt. And we have 3 songs for you. We're gonna sing Wild Mountain Time and Cornwall, My Home, and then Sheila's gonna lead the last one, Highlands, the Song of the Saints. I might need a minute because there's a lot of people here. Summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blue, and the wild mountain time goes around. And we'll all go together to the wild mountain time. I've stood on Cape Cornwall in the sun's evening glow. She went in that blue land to watch the fishing fleets go, watch the she wheels at Gibraltar as they spun round, and heard the men singing as they go underground. And no one will move me from this land until the Lord calls me to see at His hand. For this is my land, and I'm not mine. For this is my land, and this is my home. I left at His I'll tell you why. Because
my hand, and I'm not wrong. For this is my call, and this is my home. For this is my call, and this is my home. Oh, how high will I climb mountains if the mountains were where you hide? And oh, how far I'd scale the line if you grace the other side. And oh, how long will I chase winds from northern seas to where they rise? Against the rush of grace to descend from the source of endless supply. 'Cause in my heart and heart, you're neither one or less than God. I would search and stop at nothing. You're just not that hard to find. I will praise you on the mountain. I will praise you when the mountains are. Lord, the sun. I will praise you in the mountains. Lord, who lets God within the shadows. Lord, that's faithful when the night is distant. Lord, my hands and in the highlands and the heart of the sea. pastures with cold grass. Among the favorite gatherings, from antiquity to green. I will praise you on the mountain. I will praise you at the mountains in the rain. Lord, I stand in the I will praise you in the mountains of the same. The less God within the shadows. The less faithful when the night is in the snow. Lord, the heaven where my heart is. In the highlands and the heart it goes the same.
Hasn't this been wonderful so far?
Oh, yeah.
A big welcome back to DJ. Maybe she'll sing for us today.
Come on,
We
Abigail.
hope. If she doesn't, you'll have to come to my house and she'll sing for you there. The classical music I played before is beautiful, but this is the fun stuff. Thank you. The composer of that piece was a black man. He was born in, I think it was Sedalia, Missouri in 1868. So he was almost an exact contemporary of Claude Debussy. Debussy was a French citizen. Scott Joplin, of course, was American. In those days, black people weren't allowed in the fancy places. So one of the few places that Scott could play his music was in the striptease halls, the dance girls, those lucky folks. I hope it's okay to play the music that came from there in church, but I just thought you should understand where the word ragtime really comes from. The next piece is by a white composer, and I forget what years he lived in, but Uday Bowman was an American. 12th Street Rag is a song I've been playing since I was in about the 7th grade, but I play it more like it's supposed to be. Maybe. Abby, you're tangling me all up here. Thank you. I consider Scott Joplin to be the Bach or the Beethoven of ragtime music. That's why I'm playing 3 of his pieces. And if you saw the movie The Sting back in the 70s or something like that, these next 2 pieces came from that movie. Or I shouldn't say that, they were used in that movie.
There you go.
You probably heard a few boo-boos in there, but it's either go for broke and have fun, or play it safe, and nobody likes that. That's boring.
Very good.
But anyway, some of the mistakes never happened before. You'll have to trust me on that. Well, Abby, it's your turn. Are you going to sing today? She might and she might not. Let's get you untangled here. There. You did a good job, girl. Now, you gonna sing? I got treats here. Here's a treat. We'll see. Okay. I guess not, but I want to say again, thank you for having me. I'd almost like to take it home with me again, but it's in a wonderful place. I'm glad you're going to make good use of it. Thanks.
She likes it.
You didn't sing, girl. Come on.
Time for Irish joke number 2. 3. Sorry, Mark. An Irishman was in New York, patiently waiting to cross the big street. There was a traffic cop manning the crossing. The cop stopped for a few minutes. He told those waiting as he crossed the road, "Okay, pedestrians, let's go." Okay, so the Irishman stood waiting and growing more and more frustrated. After 5 minutes, he shouted out to the cop, "Hey! You told the pedestrians to cross hours ago. When are you gonna have time for the Catholics?" Speaking of residents joining us, Mike Stevenson is not exactly a new person to the High Line. His father and mother, Terry and Mary Ann Stevenson, farmed in the Guilford area for many years. And Mike and I shared a high school teacher, 2 different decades, of course. I had Betty Lou Berlin in Laurel, and Mike had Betty Lou Berlin in Havre. And believe me, she was a force to be reckoned with. Definitely. And so now he has moved back to Havre. He's sharing his talents with us. He directed the cantata this December, did a wonderful job. And you are absolutely in for something you can't believe, because I heard part of this. Mike.
Marianne, do you know then why St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland?
I do not.
It was too far to walk. You have heard a lot of very nice music, and I'm going to give you just the opposite. This is the Irish ballad by Tom Lair. It is. About a maid I'll sing a song, sing rickety-tickety-tin. About a maid I'll sing a song, who did not have her family long. Not only did she do them wrong, she did every one of them in. One of them in. One morning in a fit of pique, sing rickety-tickety-tin. One morning in a fit of pique, she drowned her father in the creek. The water tasted bad for a week, and we had to make do with gin. We had to make do with gin. Her mother she could never stand, sing rickety-tickety-tin. Her mother she could never stand. Soon she planned. Her mother died with a spoon in her hand, and her face in a hideous grin. Her face in a hideous grin. She set her sister's hair on fire, sing rickety-tickety-tin. She set her sister's hair on fire, and as the flames rose higher and higher, she danced on the funeral pyre, playing a violin, playing a violin. She weighed her brother down with stones, sing rickety-tickety-tin. She weighed her brother down with stones and sent him off to Davy Jones. All we ever found were some bones and occasional pieces of skin, occasional pieces of skin. One day when she had nothing to do, sing rickety tickety tin. One day when she had nothing to do, she cut her baby brother in two and served him up as an Irish stew.
No.
And invited the neighbors in. Invited the neighbors in. And when at last the police came by, sing rickety tickety tin. And when at last the police came by, her little prank she would not deny. To do so she would have had to lie. And lying she knew was a sin. A sin. Lying she knew was a sin. My tragic tale I won't prolong, sing rickety tickety tin. My tragic tale I won't prolong, and if you do not like my song, you've only yourselves to blame if it's too long. You should never have let me begin. You should never have let me begin.
Let me know when you're ready, and then after you're done your songs, then I have that thing to say about it.
Okay,
And then the.
I need that microphone. Oh, you're going to talk for me.
My final joke. This is actually the best, they say the best for last. Two Irishmen were walking out of a funeral. One turns to the other and says, "It was a ceremony, wasn't it? Wasn't it absolutely beautiful?" "It was," replied his friend. "Listen, when I die, will you pour a decent bottle of whiskey over my grave as a toast to our friendship and my life?" Friend thought and said, "I will. But do you mind if I pass it through my kidneys first?" I had worse ones. Our last group of the afternoon is the Celtic Highlanders. Along with buying a piano, renovating the front of the church, putting together this concert, Rudy and Gail have been practicing with this group to make our afternoon complete. Please welcome Rudy and Gail Season, Mark Jokum, I got it straight because I asked him, he's like, Jokum. Mark Bank, Carol Banks, and Julie Gannon.
Mark Bates.
Well, you know, in Ireland, they have reels and jigs and hornpipes, and we're trying to figure them all out in our little group here. And you know why they invented the jig is because they drank too much water and there weren't enough bathrooms in there. Anyway, Ireland's population was nearly half by the time the potato blight abated in 1852. While approximately 1 million perished, another 2 million abandoned the land that had abandoned them in the largest single population movement of the 19th century. Most of the exiles, nearly a quarter of the Irish nation, washed up on the shores of the United States. They knew little about America except one thing: it had to be better than living in the conditions in Ireland. As the Irish maintained Irish musical traditions over the last couple of centuries, the great Irish music gradually trickled out of Irish pubs and Irish dance halls to take hold in American popular culture. And the first song we'd like to do, every culture seems to celebrate weddings and marriages in some way. The first one we'd like to do is called Marty's Wedding.
So we have to do a little bit of a sound test, otherwise we'll be deaf. Again. So, Gail, would you give that a little test there?
Yeah. Yep, we can hear.
That's good. That's a little hum.
The setup might be longer than the performance. I have a joke for you. What's Irish and stays out all night? Anybody know? Patio furniture.
Okay, we got something going. We're gonna try. Sorry.
He's really a sound man, isn't he? You know the last joke's in there.
Try that. It's really good when sound works well, but when it doesn't, then makes your face turn red. Yeah.
Arm in arm and row on row, all for Marty's Day.
Next one I'm gonna do is Galway Girl. And, well, it's about a fellow who meets this pretty good looking, black haired, blue eyed lady. But it doesn't turn out so good.
I've never seen nothing like a Galway girl.
The Irish in America, as you know, are a diverse group. They came across the Atlantic from all backgrounds for love, employment, opportunity, education, escape, adventure, all of those. Statistics can give us the numbers and the dates, and sometimes the social and economic factors that drive immigration trends. But only the individual can tell their own story. Only they can tell us how it feels to leave their homeland. This is my homeland, my heart is here. These are the voices I love to hear. No matter how far I may go,
This is my home, my heart is here. These are the Lord's that I want to hear. No matter how far I may go, I have a home, I have a home. Evening light, whose light around, glory night, sailors twinkle to the very sky. It's good to see and realize this is my home, my heart is here. These are the voices I long to hear. No matter how far I go, I have a home, I have a home. I love the story of I love the Lord of Piper's Bridge. All greener fields, winding to see. These simple words, they comfort me. This is my homeland, my heart is here. These are the Lord's that I want to be. No matter how far I may go, I have a home, I have a home. It's also the reason I have to live. It's never where I sit. I keep on dreaming of holy rain. And never down of holy rain. This is my home, my heart is here. These are the voices I love to hear. No matter how far I go, I have a home, I have a home. This is my homeland, my heart is here. These are the voices I long to hear. No matter how far I may roam, I have a homeland, I have a home. This is my homeland, my heart is here. These are the voices I long to hear. No matter how far I may roam, I have a home.
And now we invite our friend Jack to talk.
Hasn't this been an afternoon? All this talent. Thank you so much to all who have listened and enjoyed from near and far. The pot of gold is not a reference to money. The gold comes from the many giving hearts that collaborated in making this day possible. If you were able to be with us today, Louis, know we are a community who have you in our and your family in our thoughts and prayers daily. Keep up the fight and know our communities in the Highlands or around the state
can hardly wait until you are golden again. We hope we have given you the luck of the Irish today.
The last song is an Irish blessing. The Highlanders will sing 2 verses, and then the audience will be asked to sing in the refrain. And the refrain is on the TV.
It's also in the back of your program.
And please take the refreshments and be sure to sign the large card to the seat in the back. And now I turn it over to Sister Jill.
Lewis and Kate have been watching the entire time, and their hearts are lifted. This has been a very, very difficult month for them. The prognosis is not quite what we wanted it to be, but Lewis will continue to fight, and they are going to do everything that they possibly can to live the life that they deserve to live. This today has been such a reminder of the goodness and humanity. I thank you all, especially you, for sharing your wonderful gifts, to remind us that there are so many beautiful things in humanity. I thank you all for being here and sharing the humanity with us. We need to know that people care and that there is strength in the future. We appreciate you so much, Lewis and Kate, from the bottom of their hearts. I thank you. And I'm supposed to let you know Abigail stole the show with her face. So thank you guys very, very much.
This is my mother's favorite.
to meet you. Even when we always with you. May the sunshine on you always. Till we meet again. As we let me on, and always you. As we let me on, as we may the road rise up to meet you. Even when we always win. May the sunshine on you always. Till we meet again. As we draw your line, as on your right, as the wind lie down and rise up, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always with you. May the sunshine on you always. Till we meet again.
I guess that's it. The master of ceremony says anything more to say, or folks? Nothing. Oh, yes. They are all waiting patiently for us to go eat their food, so thank you. Should we say a prayer before we go eat?
Yes.
Lord, we just thank you for this gathering today. We thank you for all the voices. We thank you for all the support for Lewis and his family. May the food we're about to eat nourish our bodies so that we can be spread your word. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. You don't have any words, just, you gotta just follow what people to get there.
Okay. Exit. Yes.
Can I unplug mine just a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
Just got a cow smell by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's the way I figured it was. I had to guess.
I guess that's what I do.